It's good to touch the green, green grass of home. Yes, they'd all come to see me, arms outreached and smiling sweetly as again will touch. The fuck, Afro Mike? You got dandruff or something. There's all kinds of shit all over you. Hey, Krusty. Well, let's see. Let's find out if we're going to get any notifications today. It's gotten really bad here at YouTube. The notifications are like next to nothing. Yeah, it's not looking good. Oh, no, Fluffy's here. Almost a minute in. Typically, we're at least mid 20s or so by now because you get that initial push of whatever notifications are going to go out. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to do anymore, guys, about YouTube. It's almost become senseless here. Oh, just got it, Fluffy. Hey, Wolverine and Jason. Yeah, really slow again today. Now, over the weekend, like I said, weekends are just slower in general on the internet. But Mondays, particularly a little later like this, that's more accommodating to more time zones, are usually pretty hopping for streams. So that means Susan is being very, very, very tight with the notifications. Oh, good to have you, Explosion. And Abdo. Mills. Krusty got the notification when he was already here. Shadow Nolan. Isaac just got it. Well, that's not as bad as she's been then. At 2 minute mark, just getting it. That's actually on point for YouTube. I'm trying to think, guys. I'm trying to think of other ways to go about this in general. Basically, right now, all YouTube seems, for our channel, all YouTube seems to work with us with at all are the community section, which is fun because I really like doing those polls and stuff. They're a blast. Is the community section, and occasionally the YouTube Shorts videos, but the other stuff, because I've figured out how to look into the numbers, and again, it's not just me. There's a lot of channels like this, but the notifications are just insanely sporadic. You did get one, Spaz Dev? Morgan just got one. Shelby got one. Got a notification. I've been notified for the last few streams. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Now, Shelby's a good example. Shelby's here, as you guys know, Shelby's here with us in the vast majority of streams. In other words, regularly here. And now she hadn't gotten one in several streams. And then today she does. There's no reason for that. But YouTube has no interest in fixing it. Morgan says, biggest joke is notifications. Ha ha ha, cries. Wolverine says, check last 2 posts. Alright, hold on here. I had 20 hours of sleep since Thursday. Yikes. I'll wait for another mod to join before I go. Wow. That's not, yeah, that's not a significant amount of sleep. Holy crap. Joker says, I once met a man named Fuckit. His favorite item was a bucket. Late one night, he laid down pipe. That's why he now goes by Tuckit. Ah, ha, ha. All right, not bad, Jack. Oh, Collector. I've not been here because I got summer school because I'm kind of dumb. Summer school doesn't mean you're kind of dumb, bro. I still say a lot of times with schoolwork, and I've known a lot of people this way, sometimes people don't do well in school just because it's not interesting enough for them. I mean, as human beings, it's more difficult to learn something that you have no interest in. I used to run into it. The only thing that saved me was, I told you before, I'm good at test taking. But, I mean, I was learning a bunch of crap that I knew I was never going to need in life, and I had no interest in. It's hard to get motivated. Dasbro says, your mom's so stupid she thought Doflamingo was straight. Sticky Sauce says, I just finished watching a vid on the most insane man in history. Tarara, of course, he was French. Really, I'm not familiar with that. I'm not familiar with that name, Sauce. I saw a story over over the weekend, I had to look it up online to see if it was actually true, and it verified it, about a guy who got hit by lightning 7 fucking times, and all verified. His is an amazing story. How does that happen, you guys? I mean, that goes well beyond the realm of coincidence, doesn't it? Doesn't there have to be something about his... I mean, well, now we're getting some people in here now. You guys generally have a wide breadth of knowledge on a lot of different things. Maybe somebody has some sort of scientific potential explanation. How do you get hit by lightning 7 fucking times? Some math geek in the research I did on it had done the numbers, and there is no terminology for the number that it's one in that many of having that happen. You know, it would just be whatever, 1 to the nth power or whatever the case may be. God doesn't like it. Well, it's funny, Fluffy. If you read his story, which I can understand, the guy got wildly paranoid because he was convinced that something of a higher power was out to get him. He used to keep a bucket of water with him in his vehicle all the time, because every time he got hit by the lightning, his hair would ignite. He ended up actually using that water. He got hit one time, crawled himself back to his truck, and dumped the water on his head to put it out. Shadow says the guy's dick is made of metal, maybe like a rod. Now, apparently, he had no surgical procedures or anything that would have set up something like that. Spazdev says, speaking of lightning, last night there was a huge, severe storm, tons of trees down. Not as bad as the storm we had last year, where literally the entire city didn't have power for a week. Wow. Holy crap. But you don't have to get obvious. You don't have to give a specific Spazdev, but where are you located? 'Cause I don't remember that one for power for a week. Wow. Pyrobird says it's Zeus that don't like him. Sounds like it. Yeah, why has Zeus got such a boner for this poor guy? Just seemed like a regular run-of-the-mill dude. You know, and, I mean, he had a job that would put you in harm's way more often for that because he was a park ranger or something. But as the one article I read said, there are tens of thousands of park rangers, and the vast majority of them don't get hit by lightning once, let alone 7 times. Krusty says too, either extreme levels of bad luck or Zeus just being bitchy about competition. Yeah, I'm sure it's out there. If you guys just search, if you're interested, man struck by lightning 7 times, his story's got to come up. I can't remember his name. Good point, Shelby. So this guy is out here keeping a bucket of water with him like he's playing Minecraft. Oh, Illinois, Spazdev? We had some bad storms over a week ago. We didn't have any this weekend. He hurled his thunderbolt. It was just an amazing story to read. And then, it's sad too. He survived all that, and the guy's cause of death was self-inflicted gunshot wound, and then ended up killing himself. But then some of the stuff I read online about him, no idea whatsoever if any of this has any facts to solidly back it up. I want to put that out there, but there are a lot of people who are very suspicious of his wife and say that he didn't kill himself. Maybe she wanted to get rid of him because she didn't want to be close to him. That's kind of understandable. Morgan says, God damn it, I have 2 flies in my house. I'm trying to brutally murder and the fuckers are too fast. Goddamn flies. I can just picture Morgan chasing the flies around with well, nobody has newspapers anymore, with a fly swatter or something. The flies are like, come on. Sticky Sauce says Zeus and Hera were both husband and wife as well as brother and sister. No wonder the guys were messed up. They were basically Game of Thrones. Yeah, or the royal family. Mike says, what does a fart say when Chuck Norris farts? Fart, sorry that I'm leaving you. My joke, I thought it. Really? That's interesting, Sticky Sauce. I gotta look that up on Pornhub. No, Zeus turned into a shower of gold to mate with a woman once. Zeus literally invented golden showers. Morgan's chasing the flies with a flip flop. That's close, yeah. Are the flies armed, Morgan? Are they returning fire? Ben says there was a flying roach in our house yesterday. Scared the crap out of me. Yeah, my wife especially. She's any type of bugs, creatures, specifically spiders, but any type of bugs, and she's fucking out. See ya. Dasbroat says the lightning just wanted the guy to subscribe to SoundCloud. SoundCloud rapper. For any of you just coming in because I see people are still coming in, we're just talking about this guy. I read about that. Got struck by lightning 7 times in his life. Shadow M says, I feel like every stream is a joke stream on this channel. Pretty much. Well, that's how the joke streams began, was because so often, because again, no matter what we're talking about, you guys are welcome to talk about whatever you'd like to interject. And so many times, or there were so many great jokes told during just the regular chat streams that I decided to start making some streams devoted to it. Yeah. No one says, well, if the Percy Jackson series has taught me anything, it's that Zeus is kind of a dick. Morgan says, they know I'm afraid of them, so yeah. And hell no, as a Floridian, I know about flying cockroaches, and I choose death. Oh yeah, down there. It always amazes me, Morgan talking about being a Floridian. I was reading an article on that not too long ago, too, about how Disney World goes about keeping the mosquitoes away. That's pretty amazing, the system they have. And then they have feral cats that run through the parks at night that keep the mouse population away. And Disney World is the inner workings of it, being a big Disney nut. Ride the line between fascinating and creepy regularly. Hey, Weebsy. Nah. Wink says, Zeus can thunderclap these cheeks any day. Ryan says, I used to play games with your son way back in the Xbox 360 days. Really, Ryan? Yeah, he's gone almost exclusively PC now. The only time I see him console gaming at all is with his Switch, or I don't know if you count the VR system as console. Josh says, hey Curtis, imagine going to a gentleman's club with Master Roshi and Jiraiya. Yeah, I can imagine that. I would like that just fine. That would work. HD says, I think the Queen of England is a vampire. That's the thing, HD. I've said this before. I'm an old fart. I'll be 60 this year. And when I was a kid, she was fucking old. I honestly do not remember seeing pictures of the Queen in my lifetime. I mean, I've seen retro pictures, but I mean current pictures during my lifespan where she didn't look old to me. Oh, Solaris. If I had a nickel for every time a homeless person asked me for change, I would still say no. Jesus. Sticky Sauce says Queen of England is actually a reptoid alien, according to Scientology and such. It's an explanation. It should be looked into. She found the Philosopher's Stone, Pyrobird says. Yeah. Oh, really? I didn't know this. Dasbroat says the voice actor of Kizaru died. Ooh, isn't genuine anymore. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, that's too bad. It's funny how, specifically in anime, you do feel a connection, even though you never see their faces. You do feel a connection to the people that voice these characters that you love. I've heard that one in Special Olympics. How can you tell if a black girl is pregnant if she puts a tampon in and the cotton is picked off it? Yes, I heard that one. Morgan, actual audio of my house now. Curtis stream on. Cease fly. Wham. Me. Fuck you. Morgan is engaged in Mortal Kombat right at the moment as we speak. Oh, Solaris. Did you hear about the gang of furries who savagely beat a homeless person? Fucking animals. Hey, Chris, I've been watching for years. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That's the first Crimson Sky we've had in a long time. That's very kind of you, Chris. I appreciate that. Very kind. Yeah, we haven't had a Crimson Sky up there in some time. Well, we appreciate it, pal. And glad you're having fun with us. We're all having fun with each other, aren't we? Kaiser says, terrorist, I've got a bomb. Flight attendant during rush hour. All right, just get on there already. Yeah. Did you guys hear about American Airlines? I'm sorry, Kaiser. That joke just made me think of it. I guess they're having staffing problems. And yesterday they canceled, I think they said hundreds of flights. And they might be canceling like huge numbers of flights right through into July. That's pretty significant. That's a problem. If we're going to have shit like this still going on, all of this stuff... And I know it's not the first thing you think of, but all of this stuff has a direct effect on an already struggling economy as far as struggling against inflation. Yikes. That was freaky. BTG says, next post. Yay, budgets. No problem, pal. Joseph Kukan, who portrays the immortal Kane in Command and Conquer, and Hirohiko Araki, who wrote about unaging vampires, JoJo's, both also appear to not age. Connection? I think not. I've heard that before. I don't really, I don't think I've seen Araki, but I don't think if you showed me a picture of him, I would recognize him. You know, I haven't seen him that often, but I've heard that said before that the guy never ages. You're right, too. When you associate him with what he does for a living and what he's brought to us. Neener. I've heard that one too, Dr. Ouija. How many policemen does it take to replace a light bulb? None. They just beat the room for being dark. Philip says, look up some photos of Queen Elizabeth during the Blitz. It's about the only time she wasn't old. Yeah, that's what I mean, Philip. I've seen some pictures of her when she wasn't old, but they were all like you say, you look something up or something like that, or a retro picture presented of her. But in my lifetime, as far as seeing a current picture of her in a newspaper or on the news or something, I honestly don't remember her not being old. Well, let me see. Let me take a look. Because, all right, I was born in 1961. Now, when you're a little kid, you're not paying any attention to anything international or not. But I actually got a little bit of an interest. I can tell you when. I took an interest in the 1972 election. And that was Nixon and Mondale. And that started my interest in politics. So let's say around 1972, I might have noticed a picture of the Queen. Let me see if I can find a picture of what she looked like then. I'll be right back to the chat, guys. Because Philip's post brings up, that's interesting to me. Let's see if I can find one from 1972. Okay, Royal Family in 1972. All right. Well, she doesn't look ancient, but yeah, I could see where in 1972 I was either 10 or 11. So when you're 10 or 11, that would look old. Wow. And I think too, it's that crazy puffed up hairdo and everything just makes you look older, I think, as well. Thanks, Wolverine. Did your message not come attached? I'll watch for you. I just want to make sure I didn't miss any super chats. No, the comment didn't go through, pal. Like I said, the super chat heading came in, but the comment's not there. So just comment it on a regular post. Yeah, Special Olympics says, what's black and has had 8 legs? A gangbang. That's not bad, Solaris. I like that. Hey, Curtis, what do you call a nun in a wheelchair? Virgin Mobile. Unfortunately, the altar boys in a wheelchair or not would not fit that category. Philip says the granny hair. Yeah, well described. I don't get why that was a choice for so many older women went for. Yeah, that's probably why she's always looked old to me, Philip. Because even when she was younger, she had that hairstyle and just overall demeanor, I guess, that appeared old. Das Brot says, what's the difference between Curtis's broken finger and Ivankov's transgender people? Ivankov's screw looks better in comparison. Yeah, it's still kind of, I don't think you'll be able to make out the color. It's still kind of purple. It's gotten a lot better. I can still feel, I could feel where the little fracture was in it, because it still hurts to touch, but actually at the top you could feel that there was a movement within the finger that wasn't supposed to be there. And I taped it to the other finger for a short time, and it got annoying. And it's like, again, I'm almost 60. Do I really give a shit if my pinky heals back a little cockeyed? Who cares? Solar says, how many Democrats does it take to change a light bulb? None. They only talk about change. Josh says, why couldn't a blonde dial 911? She could find the 9, but not the goddamn 11. Oh, I broke my finger, Morgan. I broke my finger playing basketball. I got to post some more of that. Unfortunately, there were no. I can't tell if that would the first one I posted was going to be something popular with you guys here at the channel or not, because notifications were nothing on that one. But I have footage. Me, Spaz Kid, and my grandson played a game of Rochester, we call it, or 21, where it's basically 3 people playing basketball, everybody against everybody. And we're just going up for a rebound, and our hands got locked together, and, excuse me, the ball came down at an awkward angle. I felt it. I knew it. I thought I had just beat it up a little bit, my pinky. I didn't react to it. But then we got done with the game, and it's like, oh, that's actually pretty good. And then as the swelling receded a little bit, you could see where it was cocked at an angle. And I could, like I said, you could actually feel the bone with a little chip in it. Kaiser says, if SJWs, but that's when you're wrestling, you do that to fingers all the time. If SJWs want to be progressive, why not SJS social justice soldier? I mean, warrior is so patriarchal according to them. Good point. Guess the title reveals what they really want. Good, excellent point. Dr. Ouija. What concert costs 45 cents? A 50-cent concert featuring Nickelback. The only problem I have with that joke is I just can't imagine Fitty letting Nickelback open for him. Sticky Sauce says social justice warriors don't want to be progressive, they just want attention. Case could be made. Kakashi on my t-shirt? No, not on this one, Andreas. Here, I'll show you guys. That's a Bon and Meliodas. I like this one. I got a couple t-shirts from that show that I really like. The one with Bon and Elaine, though, is one of my favorites. Yeah, it's not... I don't know what's going on, Wolverine. It's got to be... I didn't miss it. You trying to comment again, did I? Check Pax Lux's comment. Before your super chat. Okay, hold on a second here. Yeah, they're not... Nothing's coming through in your super chats. I don't know why. It's harder for me to find somebody that's not a mod, because I can't just scroll through and look for the blue. I'm not seeing Pax's comment. It's got to be way up. Oh, there it is. Did you hear Disney has been DMCAing people for using the name Loki on their merchandise? Not even Marvel's Loki, just the name Loki in general. They're trying to own a Nordic god. When you said, yeah, when I read that, Pax, how the fuck are they getting away with that one? Jesus Christ. Hey, listen, just because I'm a Disney fan, I'm the first to admit they can be complete douchebags as a company. They are the most litigious company I think I've ever seen. I don't know what's going on with it, Wolverine. I've never seen that happen before. You weren't saying anything that would have hurt Susan's tiny little sensibilities, were you? I don't know. I'm just guessing. Yeah, but it doesn't surprise me. And Disney is one of these companies that is like, fuck you, we're Disney. What are you going to do? You going to sue us? I'm actually going to go around with Disney. We have a trip coming up, and they did something on my booking of that trip that is actually illegal. and we're gonna have a go around about that with them. It's just you're on the phone for a fucking hour on hold before you even get to talk to them. So I have to schedule it in when I have to have an issue with them about something. Excuse me. Solaris. Stephen Hawking walks into a bar. Oh, wait. Oh, man. Stephen Hawking, the regulars here will tell you. What was it, guys? It was last year, wasn't it? Yeah, it was last year. I think, who got it started? Ed? Somebody got some Stephen Hawking jokes started in one of the streams, and it just caught on. And poor Stephen Hawking did nothing but take horrific beatings in our streams for it was like 2-3 months. And I've always been a huge Stephen Hawking fan. I always loved the guy. Oh, Mike. Just reading a book on helium. Sounds funny. Can't put it down. BTG says most sports need more teams. Take football. Take that boring ass pitch and make it a triangle. Get 3 teams on the field and unleash the carnage. Killer says I miss Papa Franco. Yeah, I think we all do. I mean, I completely understand. It was really cool of him that he outlined to all of his fans, why he was doing what he did. So you understand it, but it does suck because he was gifted. I mean, again, it irritates me when you'll see people, I'm sure you guys are the same way, that try and just poo-poo away people like Joji, saying, oh, that's just, stupid humor or fart humor or whatever they want to call it, and it's easy. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. No type of humor. Making people laugh is never easy. And there's an art to doing that just like there is anything else. All these people that criticize people like Frank for that type of sense of humor are generally do-nothings that have never accomplished anything in the entertainment business, but they're telling us how what somebody successful that made us all laugh, how what they're doing isn't real. Kaiser says, I found out yesterday Armstrong isn't the only one who can keep a shirt together. Olivier has the same problem for a different reason. Must be the seriousness that keeps the buttons on. Yeah. BTG, I'm at soup. Moneymore says, if Hawking's brain was so big, why couldn't it send signals to his legs? BTG counterpoint, I'm at soup. That was a great moment. The whole I'm at soup thing, I mean, whenever the books are written about the lore of YouTube and the legendary moments of YouTube, that's gotta be part of it. Excuse me again, guys. Big Green says making people laugh is not easy. People laugh at me all the time. that part is true, Big Green. I'm with you there. Yes, I've gotten most of my biggest laughs when I wasn't trying to. I mean, once you get the laugh, then you try and pretend you were trying to. But Drunk says it's sad because with all these mean jokes, Stephen Hawking can't even stand up for himself. I am one that, and I believe this sincerely. I don't say it to try and excuse anything. I feel no need to excuse anything we do here. But I've always believed that if somebody can hold our interest for that long, telling jokes about them, I still think there's a lot of respect there. I think it's most fun to roast people that you have respect for or that you like. I really do. Because I think when you don't like them, typically the jokes will veer off, which is just, natural human instinct, will veer off from being jokes and just crash into just being mean-spirited nastiness. So I think when you can make that many jokes about someone, I think a lot of times it's based in a respect. Yeah, I've heard that one too, Solaris. When I die, I want to go peacefully in my sleep like my grandpa did, not screaming and shouting like his passengers. Josh says, what did Shenron say to Goku? What is your wish and why is it Krillin and Yamcha again? Yeah. If Yamcha ever dies in the series again, can we please just leave it at that? Let's not bother Let's not bother Shenron. Oh, Jack. Stephen Hawking couldn't fill a black hole, but he can sure fill a coffin. Oh, man. No, and now that's a quality bad pun. I sold my vacuum the other day. Worthless piece of shit didn't do anything but collect dust. What do I mean at Soup? That's what I mean. I'm at Soup. I still remember the first time I saw that. There's a lot of them that were just so funny. The first time I saw them just sticks with you. Obviously that one. I can see the future. Jokes on you, gay shit. I don't read the English. That one. So many great moments. Philip says, agree with you on roast. That's why I love stuff like Dean Martin's Man of the Hour roast. That shit's funny as hell. Those were classic, Philip. I agree. Those were really well done. Some of the great entertainers of an era long gone now, but they would come up with some great stuff. Yeah, I think again now we all make jokes about people that we genuinely don't like, but like Philip's saying, I think when it perpetuates and we keep having fun literally for months on end making those jokes, I think that's always got to be somebody that you have a significant amount of respect for. Because if it is somebody you really don't like, you'll get tired of it. At least I do. It's like it changes from making jokes to just pure vitriol, and then you get tired of it. Oh, Gabe. Why did Stephen Hawking eat meat? Because eating vegetables would be cannibalism. God damn. Oh, wait. Morgan's got an update on the fly wars. The flies have gone into hiding, luring me into a false sense of security. About to resort to burning my house down. Morgan, I need your husband's contact info. I'll help you in times of crisis like this. Get home now. No. Mistra Dragon Spirit says, what do you call a Titan who can't swim? Titanic. AOT joke, yes. Yeah, Tanya, I've heard that one. That is one of my favorites. That's one of my favorite Pat jokes. What does a pregnant teen mom and the unborn baby have in common? They both think, oh crap, mom's going to kill me. Yes, I love that one. No, are you serious, Sticky Sauce? I mean, I really don't know. Are you exaggerating to make a point, or is that real numbers? Because he says Disney is also apparently ready for at least 6 more Toy Story movies and 8 Frozen ones. Disney needs to stop. Because with Disney, you never know if that's actually real or not. No, because Toy Story is one of my all-time favorite franchises. They need to cut that shit out. I was nervous when they went from, I was nervous when they went from 3 to 4 because I loved 3 so much, but 4 ended up being good. They hadn't been, I fucking love that series. Philip says, the highlight for me was the roast of Lucille Ball. Lucy never had a colored actor on her show, which is good because we had enough troubles of our own. Wow. I wish I could remember who said that. Wow. Oh, I don't remember that one. Yeah, they used to have, and you know too, Philip, they had one of the all-time great roasters of all time was a regular on those was Don Rickles. Don Rickles was a funny dude. His stand-up was really, really funny. I mean, that's going way back, but I'm telling you guys, he wasn't just an insult comic. That was the cornerstone of his material, but he was funny. Chris says, 48 years old here and agree that you must laugh at yourself. Well, thank you again, Chris. I appreciate that a lot. That's very kind of you. We got a real Crimson Sky up there, big time. Yeah, I've always said, Chris, I've forever, and I fully believe it, that's a really, really big indicator of someone's overall personality to me is if they can laugh at themselves. And I have huge respect for people who can. People like I bring up all the time, Stevie Wonder always amazed me with that. He would go on Saturday Night Live and just rip on himself for being blind all the time. I'll never forget that. It was a great bit. The Canon commercial, Canon cameras. So simple, even Stevie Wonder couldn't use it. Stevie's taking pictures. They're on a tennis court. He's shooting the sky in his shoes. And then he went on again with Eddie Murphy as himself, but Eddie Murphy kept telling him basically Stevie Wonder was Eddie Murphy was a talent scout, and Stevie Wonder was trying to get signed, and Eddie Murphy kept telling him he sucked. Yeah, I agree. That's always been a huge indicator to me. I put it this way: if somebody's able to laugh at themselves, it's like an opening of a door to me. It's likely to be somebody whose company I'll enjoy. Willie says, "What do 9 out of 10 people enjoy? Gang rape." I've heard that one. Oh, you guys are terrible. I like it. Neb says, "Just found your reactions and channel. What's your most favorite anime?" Ooh, tough. DBZ, Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, Hunter x Hunter, Jujutsu Kaisen. I always tell everybody, Neb, it's not a cop out. I just honestly can't answer that as one favorite because there's nothing. When you get to that upper tier, it all depends on what type of mood I was in. You know, if you were to tell me at any given moment, okay, you can only watch one anime, or you can only watch one anime right now, what would it be? That will change depending on what I'm in the mood for. I do have an elite tier. Hunter x Hunter will always be in it, as will One Piece. But there's a bunch of them in there. You know, and if I'm in the mood for something of a different nature, Overlord was great. I love Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. Excuse me. There's even a couple of slice of life anime that have been really, really good to me. An underrated one would be Kids on the Slope. So that answer will always change depending on what I'm in the mood for or what I'd seen the most recently. If you were to say right now, right at this moment, I can answer only because I've been thinking about how much I'd really like to rewatch it is Hunter x Hunter. But yeah, the only thing I can tell you as far as favorites is the favorite individual arc I've seen within an anime is the Chimera Ant arc. And that's because of the strength of that whole Meruem Komugi interaction at the end. That was just, I just nerd right out. That hits me brutally hard in the feels no matter how many times I watch it. Willie says, "How do you end a relationship between a white guy and a black guy?" Oh. Wow. How do you end a relationship between a white guy and a black guy? By having the highest bid. Oh, jeez. Buckman says, "Whenever I click on one of your Hero Academia Vimeo reaction links, it doesn't give me access, displaying reasons to why I can't access. Do I have to pay for it or have an official account?" Anything on Vimeo or Vimeo account got closed. I'd have to go back and remember exactly what this, but yes, anything that was on Vimeo is gone. That's why over at the Goosh, I had to re-upload everything that was on Vimeo. BTG says, "Star Jewel is best anime, clearly, truly cultured." Star Jewel, BTG? I don't remember that name. Have you guys told me about that one before? I don't. I don't remember that name. Star Jewel. Dubbag says, "A man is walking through the woods with a child, and the child says it's dark out here, and I'm scared. The man replies, 'You're scared? I gotta walk back home alone.'" That one's terrible. Oh, we'll do another one of those, Kaiser. He says, "What happened to the streams where we post clips for you to react?" By the way, we'll do more. I try not to do them too often because I don't want you guys to run out of clips that you want to see. You know, because I figure if I space them out, everybody will have something they've seen between the last one we done and the current one to have some more stuff that they'd like to show everybody. But yeah, I excuse me, sorry guys. I will definitely try and get one of those going this week, and as well I'll start the Resident Evil. The new Resident Evil. I want to give that a go on the stream this week too. So as long as nothing significant comes up to screw up my to screw up my schedule, we should get both those in this week. Solara says, my wife and I have reached the difficult decision that we do not want children. If anybody does, please just send me your contact details and we can drop them off tomorrow. Yeah, that's a good one, Solaris. Philip says, 6 more Toy Stories. Okay, Disney really has become a bunch of talentless corporate hacks. Is that really what they're thinking about doing? Yeah, then I agree with you 100%, Philip. Fucking let that series go. You're just going to ruin it. Why would you... God damn it. If they want to ruin Frozen, go ahead. And I like Frozen. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed it. But Toy Story is one of my all-time favorite things. Jeez, Disney, man, they gotta milk that cash cow. Well, they're doing some stuff in the parks right now that are kind of pissing me off, because I'll tell you guys, because we're going back in November, and if it were just me, we wouldn't be. If this trip hinged on me, I'd have canceled it. And I mean that genuinely. It's my grandkids, and they love going, and that's the only reason I'm continuing with it. With this reopening, as soon as the state of Florida went, okay, you can do whatever you want, have whatever you want for capacity, which was some times ago, they were gleeful in the press conference saying, okay, well, we're gonna bring up the capacity, and they have, because you have to make park reservations now, so we can track when they open more room in the parks, and they've been doing it regularly, letting more and more people go in. That's fine, but as they're letting more and more people go in, anything that would require guest convenience, they're not so gung-ho on. The restaurants still have limited seating. So now you go to Disney World, which one of the main reasons you go is the food is fantastic and the great restaurants. You can't get shit for any dining reservations, because now you have pre-pandemic levels of people trying to get reservations in restaurants that are operating at 40%. They've done all sorts of things. They haven't brought back character interactions. Now everybody can be maskless everywhere in the parks except on transportation, but they don't have character interactions. Why? Because then they have to get back to, paying cast members to portray the characters more. But that's a big part of why you go to Disney World. They're really pissing me off. Excuse me. Vice says, I feel like cable is dying with all the Discovery Plus and Disney Plus. Oh, it definitely is, Vice. Definitely is. Oh, Spazdev says there's going to be a Buzz Lightyear prequel next year. My strategy with all this will probably be to just ignore those films and just pretend they didn't happen. And I'll just stick with my 4 Toy Stories. Gabe, what's one job Stephen Hawking isn't good at? Stand-up comedy. Ah. Henry says, hey, Curtis, did you like Andrew Dice Clay back in the day? Yeah, he was funny. He was the edgy comedian back in the 80s. Pretty funny, actually. Yeah, he was. Well, you know what's weird about him, Henry? That, that whole run he did where he got big was really funny. Jack and Jill went up the hill, each with $1.25. Jill came down with $2.50. Whoa. It was a different character. His material was good. But did you ever watch, he had that big run with that material. Did you ever watch when he came around with his new material? Anytime since, it went right to shit. It's like the writing gods came down and touched his shoulder for that one basic hour set, and then it was just terrible after that. It just surprised me. You don't usually see that. A comedian is still a comedian. They'll keep going for ages and at least be close to what they once were. But wow, after he had that one great run, the material was just awful. And then he was on one of the talk shows once, and he was going to do stand. I forgot which one of them it was, back in the 80s, maybe 90s. And lost track of what he was saying in the middle of his act, and just basically walked over to the couch and sat down. It was really weird. Willie says, hell must have frozen over because Curtis doesn't want to go to Disney. I wouldn't even go so far, Willie, to say I don't want to go. It's just they're pissing me off enough that I wouldn't go if it were just me. Now, that's not to say I would never go again, but as of right now, they have me so annoyed that if it were just me on the trip, I would cancel it. That's one of my favorites too, Solaris. My grandfather says I'm too reliant on technology. I called him a hypocrite and unplugged his life support. Yes. Code says, all right, well, now this, I have to admit, Code, if they do this, I might lift my ban on watching any more Toy Story movies. Disney will probably make a sequel about sex toys. Sex Toys Story to prove how woke they are. Big Green says, you're the biggest Disney nut I know, so yeah, that is a surprise. Yeah, to me, it's, well, you guys, again, I know it's an issue with me. The respect thing is a huge deal. And I think it's just being disrespectful to the people that have spent a lot of money at your fucking place for all these years. And you're saying, and that's exactly the long and short of it, is just disrespect. Because you're saying, oh, yeah, well, let's throw the door open and get more people in here because you're worried about your bottom line, which is fine. But then it's like, well, what about the things that, you know, if you're going to have that many people in there, what about the things you need to take care of to make sure that those people have an enjoyable experience? Well, we'll get to it. Get back to us on that. We'll work on it. Yeah, fuck you. BTG says Star Jewel was an early G100. At last, it's lost now. That's why. Because when you said it, BTG, when I read it, it's like it just was ringing a distant bell. And of course, for me, a few years ago would be a distant bell. Okay. I thought there was a glimmer there, and I couldn't think of from where. Simming Stan says, forget Disney World. Take the family to Whole Cake Island. Yeah, you'll get more experience. All you can eat buffet and a character interaction with Big Mom. Yeah. And no fast passes needed or anything. I want to go to Whole Cake Island, though, Stan. Well, you guys have seen me saying that. Listen, I will deal with having to fight Big Mom or bang Big Mom or whatever you got to do to live on an island where the buildings are made like that. I might even like Chocolate Island better, but I'm not going to complain about either. Tanya says, Disney tries to buy and ruin Dragon Ball. Goku, I will not let you destroy my world. Oh, I would be so upset if that actually ever happened. Oh, yeah, that would not make me happy. Leslie says, today I decided to go visit my childhood home. I asked the residents if I could come inside because I was feeling nostalgic, but they refused and slammed the door in my face. My parents are the worst. That's a winner, Leslie. That's a good one. Like that. We were talking earlier about YouTube and the no notification and everything. I opened up that Curtis Candy comedy page on Facebook. You would not believe how much better things go there than they do at YouTube. Because, again, I only had like 100 followers. So I spent a few bucks to advertise a couple of the videos on there. What a bang for your buck you get. I mean, they actually, if you do that, they actually send or recommend the video to people. They've got a great algorithm who actually want to see it. It's the best. Anytime I've ever done anything advertising, anything I do online, it's by far the best bang for the buck I've ever gotten. YouTube has a similar program. I've tried it in the past. Like if I wanted to get a new series off the ground or something, I'll spend a few dollars to test the waters and see if sponsoring it will work. Google puts the ads in the dumbest places. They supposedly have this great algorithm that tells that they can pick out anybody's interest. I see, I know where the video shows up. It's garbage. You get nothing in return for it. I've been surprised. Those Facebook videos are doing fantastic. So what's going to happen is if I'm going to try and get the Facebook page up to where I can monetize videos there as well. And it won't affect anything here. We'll still do the same things here. But any of the comedy, not reactions, not anime, anything like that, but any of the comedy videos I do will be posted there too. Philip says Disney and all the big Western comic companies need to stay the hell away from my anime. I agree with you. They're already ruining their own IPs. They can stay away from my last entertainment refuge. Could not agree with that statement more. BTG says, I found a working link with subtitles for Star Jewel. Is there a space for another G100 this month? Hold on, let me check my list real quick. I think so, BTG. I've got it right here. Hold on, let me pop it up. G100. Let me just see what I have left. Today's the 21st. I usually have this memorized. We got 30 days in this month, so I got 9 days of the month left. Yeah. I can get one more. I can get one more in if you want to, pal. Absolutely. Henry says, I love the Toy Story movies as well, Chris. Oh, I adore them. If they make more sequels, then they should bring back the characters Lotso back. I liked him even though he was a villain. Yeah, Lotso was a great character. He really was. Suction Cup Man, he's so good, Vice. That's a truly funny series. Again, as I said in the reaction today, I put Suction Cup Man right up there with Llamas with Hats and all the really great, funny, animated shows that we've seen on YouTube. I didn't know that. Josh says, hi Curtis, the new Saints Row is coming out soon. Is it? I'll get that. I will get that. Saints Row I gotta have. Socialists Are Coming says, everyone always calls them the E-Geneva Conventions. They're obviously supposed to be called the Geneva Suggestions. Shoots that helmet strapped with anti-material rifle to dodge a war crime. Pyro Bird says, I frequently see lovers' names engraved on trees. I don't think it's cute or romantic. I find it weird how many people take their knives with them on dates. Yeah, well put. All right, Spaz Def, thanks for being in, pal. Yeah, Big Green, look at me go. There's the voicing in that. Everything about that is just so randomly hilarious. This one was good. The taking him to court and everything, and of course the alternative method of suction that he found was perfect. I almost went to do the okay sign and forgot. If I put that pinky up at that angle, that's gonna hurt a lot. Solara says, my girlfriend's dog died, so I told her to cheer up. Yeah. So I tried to cheer her up by getting her an identical one. It just made her more upset. She screamed at me, what am I supposed to do with 2 dead dogs? I actually heard that one here. That's in a joke stream. That was the first time I heard it. I liked that one a lot. Yeah, the new ERB game will be coming up fairly soon. I can't tell you exactly when, but it'll be coming up fairly soon. Let's just got a little less free space. Okay, VTG, thanks, pal. No, we'll do that. That sounds fun. We'll do that. Like I said, when you said the title, there was a glimmer there. So, but it just, if you hadn't reminded me why, it wouldn't have come to me. Sticky Sauce says Toy Story 7 should be when they merge it with B Movie. I'm one of the few people I think that like B Movie. I mean, not like Toy Story, not one of my favorites, but I enjoyed it. It's still now, if it's on, one of the cable channels or something, I'll watch it. Solaris, that's a good one. My son, who's into astronomy, asked me how stars die. Usually an overdose, son, I told him. All right, guys, I gotta go. Hey, this is a great joke. They always are. I appreciate these so much. The jokes are always hilarious. Thank you to Chris for our Crimson Sky we had throughout the stream and everything. Guys, I love the jokes. I just enjoy the fun of hanging out with you guys. Thank you so much for making my day, and especially days like this where YouTube's annoying me anyway. It really, really, really takes a lot of the edge off when I get to come in and have a stream, and at least Susan sends out enough notifications that a group of us can get together and have fun. Because, man, this always takes me back to, as much as YouTube's a pain in the ass, I'll have to put up with the pain in the ass because I enjoy this too much. I love these streams. Thank you again. Again, it's Monday. It's not the most ambitious sticky stuff. I'm just being honest with you. I could lie. I could try and blow a little smoke up your ass. Little sticky stuff too, but I'm not going to do that. It's not hyper ambitious sticky stuff, but I am feeling pretty good. So, there might be, let me put it this way. I'm going to say that at least 1 out of every 10 of you, it'll be like a golden ticket. 1 out of every 10 of you will find a little something special in the sticky stuff. What is that something special? I'm not going to tell you. It'd be on tape, and then you can come back and tell the authorities. So here it is. Maybe you'll be one of maybe you'll be one of the lucky 1 out of 10 with that little something special in the Monday sticky stuff. I'm trying to say, because we'll bang, okay, flashly like buggy. Oh no, I did this wrong. Pamfu, I got to distribute it. Pamfu, sticky stuff for you, sticky stuff for you, sticky stuff for you, sticky stuff for you. You know it's bad when I'm reticent to even distribute it, because we'll bang, okay, flashly like buggy. And as always, most importantly, and this is always like getting a golden ticket. Goosh, 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 goosh. Goosh. Ah.